Outlaw, Macho, Drive-In.
But I mean, whoever wins that that gauntlet match next week, I don't think Kaylee Ray's going to lose that belt. I think they're going to stick with that.
And yeah.
When it comes to Kaylee Ray, I was looking at like my list of like 2019 matches and series that she had with both Toni Storm
and Piper
Niven. I think the ones of Piper Niven actually topped the Toni Storm ones. Like Toni Storm and her had like they built up to like that hardcore match. They had on NXT UK
and that I Quit match. The I Quit match they had that was their best match together. That's
like Niven. She had that like Toni Storm had already been to the top. Niven had that thing where she was fighting to get to the top and kept getting knocked down, and that's really when Kaylee Ray started doing a lot more sinister in her character. Like I think Niven brought out the best in Kaylee Ray and helped elevate her. And now Piper Niven is in one of honestly the most like wholesome things in professional wrestling right now, and Kaylee Ray is possibly best women's wrestler currently in the game. They elevate each other so well right there.
Yeah.
Kaylee Ray is like, I don't want to say the female Walter, but she's like that stance with like Walter, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor when he had the title, Jonathan Gresham as the pure champion, where like he's a champion that actually feels like a champion, and once somebody does beat her, it's gonna feel huge for it's maybe one of those things where a lot of people who write off NXT UK, because a lot of people they'll like read results but they won't watch it because it's on during the day. Having to watch it at work a lot, like when I used to work during the day and not have a chance to watch it, I would always watch it at night regardless.
Yeah.
But when people don't watch it every single week, they're not going to realize just how great Kaylee Ray has been the past 2 years. Like this 2-year run of hers has not 2-year title reign, but this 2-year run that she's had like with the company
since she debuted for UK. Yeah, that she has been.
Yes.
She they gave her and she took them all, and I honestly, when she debuted, I thought like, you know what, I love Kaylee Ray because I watched a number of her matches back in ICW and Steam Championship Wrestling in Scotland.
I followed her in Defiant, and when she debuted, I was just like, I don't know if she's gonna be the best fit for NXT UK.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like she's pretty.
Yeah.
She's not cookie cutter. She's not like a poster child type of diva or like a women's wrestler. She's kind of like, because in ICW she was portrayed as sort of a goth chick, somewhat of that kind. And when she actually debuted for the Mae Young Classic, they just they labeled her as the hardcore entrant or the hardcore. I can't remember. It was hardcore something. Can't remember what the noun was. But so you were thinking like, okay, so she came into the tournament, she was pigeonholed already in that she is the type person that just excels in only non-disqualification, type of matches or so forth.
Right.
And when they brought her in UK, I thought, well, they're probably gonna do the same thing. But she only had about maybe 2-3 hardcore matches since she came.
Yeah. I'd say probably about 2 or 3. Yeah,
I think it's only the Toni Storm one and the Triple Threat one, which was a triple threat. So everyone's like,
yeah. And the way I best describe her right now, honestly, is very much like a female William Regal almost. I don't mean this as far as like backstage comedy William Regal from the Attitude Era, but wrestling style. It's very like she knows how to do like chain wrestling, but she also knows how to like lay into people. Like she's probably the most British styled wrestler on the NXT UK roster, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like pretty much everyone else kind of has influence from Mexico, Japan, the States. Hers is very British wrestling. You don't see a lot of like that hardcoreness in her.
Yeah, and the beauty of it is that she doesn't have to be flashy, but still her stuff registers, and you feel like this is actually a great performance without her doing the high flying moves or the high, like she does high impact moves, but she doesn't do 100 of them in one setting or like she is one of like we've talked about this a lot. We think like me and Joe, I'm sure Pete agrees that maybe Kaylee Ray is the best female performer in the business today.
Yes.
Which and it's a shame that no one knows that. Like it's no one's actually watching the UK enough to see it. Like for our listeners / YouTube followers, just check out Kaylee Ray on NXT UK because she's amazing. And you'll never get. But yeah, and at the same time, she is one of the best storytellers in the game today.
Yes.
And I'm not just talking about her promos. Her promos are actually pretty good because her promos feel raw. They feel like her. Doesn't she's not trying to be someone else. She's actually, she's kind of a prick in her own right, and that's
when you said the storytelling thing. The next match I was going to bring up. Actually, I remember you and Jenny. Yes, I was going to say you and I talked about this right before the bell even rang for this match. That it just felt huge, and she went into it, as a heel, but kind of became a face in the match.
Yeah, and
I kind of just swept away that she was ever really a face. I think she was just more of a champion, just defending against whomever was coming towards her.
Exactly.
Even though she did have, a face-esque encounter with Sedamore after their match, but
it's kind of like she organically turned into that, just a legit champion, not like a heel or face champion.
Yes. Which honestly, she still kind of is, because hypothetically, if a heel like Isla Dawn or Jenny wins the match on Thursday, then it perfectly fits in line with that. If a babyface wins it, then that's Kaylee Ray's strength right there again. But like that Jenny match. Jenny's best match in NXT, in my opinion. That match told a story. There were a few points where I was thinking Jenny was going to be taking the title in that match, actually. But it told a great story.
Yeah, it told a great story, and the desperation on Kaylee Ray as that match progressed, as what's his name was interfering. Connors, yes, Joseph Connors was interfering, and you could feel her desperation, that she feels that the title is slipping away, and she's like desperate, trying to get Connors out of the way, get to Jenny, try to get back in the ring, like all those moments and like you said, she went in as a heel, but if you're just watching this purely, if someone is watching NXT UK for the first time, they're never gonna know that she was the bad guy. She was a bad guy going in, and
exactly.
And you will actually feel for her. You're gonna want her to win, just based on that performance alone. So every little moment of desperation, every near fall, you felt it, and it's very hard to do that in a match, much less a match that's not considered like a big pay-per-view match or a big showdown match or anything. This is just, like you said, Peter, before, this was a match on a weekly show that was just business as usual. But NXT UK does the great thing of they know how to hype up their weekly shows. That's how they can do it. Yeah. Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Macho Drive-In. If you liked that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Macho Drive-In. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.